Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about very interesting topic. What do you think about how to improve your Baduk skills? I think you have thought about this for a long time and you tried everything, right? So if you couldn't find out the solution yet, I think this video will help you how you can be stronger. I think we can just try to check which part we have to make it upgrade your level and you can be stronger player. So I think we can just check the one game, right? When we are playing the game, there is what? We have to play the opening first, right? Everybody plays opening. Oh, it's like opening was one of the very hardest area long time ago. But actually now it's like, I can say that easiest area if you have some basic skills, because now is like a AI generation. So in order to play well in the opening, then what do you have to be good at? At the first, we need to be good at going to biggest place. Yeah, this is like, we are taking the four corners. Actually, that is one of the method how we are going to the biggest place. After that, we are making the what? Joseki. Joseki is named Joseki. In Korean, we are saying 정서. That is like the best local base fighting. I can just say like that. Normally in the Joseki, we are fighting for the base, and that is like a best move for each other. So a long time ago, some people were keep memorizing a lot of Josekis. Still, I can say that it's necessary to memorize, but I don't like to use the vocabulary of the memorizing. I like to use the understanding is actually suitable word. If you understand in one part, actually you can try to solve your problem by yourself in another situation. So this is the best local based fighting. Normally at that time we are using the touching fighting. I think I just make the touching fighting may not be right word, but is it more easy to understand? Sometimes stones are touching. Sorry. Hey. Sometimes I'm using hand, but it's now camera is not following me. So I just have to fix. Okay, now it's working. I also use the AI camera now, so I think it's like quality is much better. Yeah, touching fighting is like in the Joseki, stones are sticking together, like attachment and hane, and then connecting, cut, there are like the kind of a fighting of Joseki. And some Joseki is like non-touching fighting, just like they gently play one space jump, do not touch each other, large nice move, or two space jump, and then finally they take the base and then they are going to the big place. And then what do you need to know? Tenuki timing. Tenuki, maybe somebody may not know about the word. Tenuki means like stop playing in one area and then going to the another place. Actually, Tenuki is like we are doing this job again, going to the biggest place, another biggest place. So stop continuing in the one area and then going to other place is called the Tenuki. So yeah. So what do you think about the opening? Is it important? Yeah, actually, I cannot say that it's not important. But if you understand some logically, if you really understand, actually, this is like last part. Now we change it a lot. Yeah. Still, many people are thinking opening is quite important. Still, many people are thinking like that. But now it's totally opposite. Opening is like you can think about many of players can play like a 9-down player, because now it's like really all the information, AI is all teaching us how we have to play, and you guys know that how to go to the big place. Because long time ago when I was learning about the opening, I was really learning at this moment I have to just answer with a nice move. I was learning like the you must pincer at this moment. Direction matters a lot when I was young, but now we don't have that kind of logic. Just when you answer with nice move, you get the another side, you give him another side to your opponent. And if you have a pincer, you take the another value and then you give to your opponent another value. Something like that. We are just like going to the different way. That's called the opening. That's why we don't try to find out the solution in the opening. Usually there is a decision in the opening. I think this is a suitable expression. What about the middle game? Yeah, actually middle game is very important. Maybe somebody may not agree, but I'm sure that with my whole life of the teaching experience and middle game and end game is a key point. Let's check about the middle game first. So what is important in the middle game? Yeah, going to the biggest place is always important. Yeah, but of course the method and Technique is a bit different, yeah, a little bit different in the middle game, and mainly fighting skill is more important. Long time ago, I think more than like 10 to 15 years ago, and you know, when I try to teach the kids who is studying for whole day, like 7 days a week, normally when I teach about those kind of kids, then my teaching should be a bit different. So I started to teach for some adult or people who is enjoying as a hobby. Then that time actually my teaching method should be like totally different, and then it should be like not same as when I try to teach the kids who is studying 7 days a week. So why I'm saying that, because a long time ago I just try to teach them who plays more, because the plays will be the winner. So I care about this part the most long time ago. But actually it's like this part is like, if you understand, oh, okay, I understand how to go to the big place. Oh, I understand where is the biggest. Then actually you can catch up very easily. So most important part is actually fighting skill, fighting. So in the middle game, usually you will have a jumping fighting. Black white stones are jumping each other. Sometimes knight move, one space jump, and then they will have a jumping fighting. And finally there will start have a touching fighting. Yeah, right? Like at that time we just try to cut again and then try to escape and try to surround and kill. So another method, there is one more part is like invasion. Yeah, it happens in all the middle game, right? Timing and method, of course, important. I think if you guys check my YouTube channel, there is like some of the basic invasion method and timing as well. You can just watch there. Yeah, it's all open. And reduction method also, timing method also you can check in my previous video. Yeah, and counting territory. Yeah. During the middle game, sometimes we have to know that who is leading. But I just put it here a bit the end of the part, because to be honest, actually here is much more important. Those things are, nothing is not important, but I can say that normally in this part, how you can be stronger is, we need to have a like, oh, I understand. Okay, I totally get the logic. Logically and also the theory. And because many people are just doing totally opposite, just like we have to try to use the potential for making fighting, but they try to make the territory, like for example, something like that. We need to we have to logically understand. And also one more method is like, even we understand, actually sometimes we can't use that skill because we need to have a reading training as well. We need to have a good reading skill. Reading, if you have a good reading, then you can solve this problem actually. And counting territory, of course, still some people doesn't know how to do it. But in order to use the counting territory, if you want to be good at counting territory, still you have to use the reading skill as well. Normally, we have to know how to check the right for each other. This is black's right, that is white right. And then we can count the minimum territory for each other. And then now we can just count around who is leading how much. Or maybe now it's similar. So maybe I can just keep be aggressive now. Yeah. And then also tenuki timing. Usually, middle game, there will be like, we can stop suddenly at the moment, and then we can go to the big place. So these things are keep repeat. Yeah, tenuki timing and going to the biggest place. What do you think? Which one is more important? Just now I already told you that. Actually, those things are main part. How you can be stronger. Yeah, and the last part. Also, endgame is important. Many people are feeling, or many people are thinking, endgame is very boring. And I don't know how to study. Yeah, of course, because normally endgame game is learned from your actual game, and then you have to review, and then you have to logically understand, and then it can be upgraded. There is possible to study with the book, but it has a maximum. It has a limit. It has a limit. Yeah, if you study with book, it cannot be perfect actually. That's why still going to biggest place, but in the end game, if you want to know how to go to the biggest place, at the first you need to use the reading skill, because now black plays first, and watch there is a complete form about, you have to read about 5 steps or 6 steps, and then now around how much is that is, and then white plays first there, and then what will happen, you have to check the shape, And then you have to use a math skill, so totally different compared to middle game and then opening. So even there is the same word, method is not same, and it's quite important. Maybe it's like technically, I can say that technically here is more important. But if you are like stronger than like folks 4 dan, 5 dan, 6 dan, even 7 dan, if you study this part carefully, even if let's say the A person is good at those things, and B person is maybe not really good at this one, just so, maybe technically A person can be stronger, but maybe B person can be may get more circle, more winning because of the end game. That's why the getting result, winning while losing, end game is actually quite important. Then do you think that's like technique or not? It's obviously technique. You know that some world champions got the world champion many times from the end game skill. You know that, right? So end game part is actually is also quite important. Usually we can't study in the book easily. Yeah, and prevent any accident. This part is like what I was talking about. Just like, for example, if I have to teach the kids who is studying 7 days a week, like every day 8 hours, I don't need to have this kind of logic. But you know, we are playing Baduk as a hobby, right? Then usually we have a many accident. Yeah, we tried to not make it, but still we have accident. That's why this part is like one of the most important thing in the end game. And then valuation of the end game, how big there is, whether I can do sente or gote or reverse sente. Yeah, the basic is actually quite important. Maybe fun is about this part is more fun. It will be much more exciting. Yeah, but this is very boring because we have to use with math, but it's very important. Maybe you may upgrade with only the skill as well. So this is like one game what we need in the whole game. So in order to play one game greatly, what do I have to do? What do you guys have to do? Do you know that I'm talking about the studying method? It's very simple. For example, if you are studying like 7 days a week, 8 hours, then actually, I think you have heard that from many strong players, play more game, yeah, review your game, do more exercise. A very boring thing. We know that logically, but we don't know how to do it, right? Yeah, it's actually the same thing I did. And you know that, yeah, already. Playing game, hard. But how can I play hard without opponent? That's very interesting topic. And if I play on the internet, maybe it's not easy to play very hard because all the internet game is a very, short game. And sometimes somebody is using the AI, so it cannot be protected perfectly. But I can just suggest you one thing. Maybe I can just open one of the information. Yeah, because I think it's like quite attractive when I try to teach private. I still have a private lesson offline, only offline, because I don't have time to do the on the online. That's why I'm suggesting you guys how you can study with. Yeah, now I'm having conversation with you guys. So yeah, playing games hard. Normally I really recommend you to play on the Fox. Before I was also playing like many different type of the website, because I saw that in the Fox nowadays there is like 20 minutes 60 seconds Weiqi. I think that's the best. If you play that game, and but you have to pay attention a little bit after you set up. Usually you can cancel the game in 10 steps, right? Maybe after you play some moves like less than 10 moves, maybe you play like 1 or 2 steps quickly, and you better to press your opponent account and then just check it out the history, whether he's you can check whether there is like too many games resign about 50 steps, 70 steps, and result is a bit weird, then it can be possible to be AI. Of course, you better to avoid it, because now if you want to have a training with your own level, then you better to play against a human and serious game, like hard game. But if you play too short game, then maybe it's not that good. Yeah, maybe if your level is keep growing up, then it's okay. You can have some light game sometimes. But mainly, you better to play like 20 minutes, 60 seconds game. Yeah. And just one more thing, try to avoid AI with checking your opponent history. Yeah. And then after you play the game hard, what do you have to do? Game review, right? Yeah, nowadays it's like there are the many methods you can have a game review. Katego and maybe like the AI sensei. Yeah, is one of the option. There is like the many different types of the AI. Then you can have a game review by yourself, and then you can get the like best move from AI. But still, of course, it has some limit. Some limit like even if you check with the AI, if teacher is not telling you what's the reason of that's the blue spot, then you may not understand perfectly. Yeah, but you know it's like this part is like one of the things that you have to try hard. Yeah. But this one, best method is of course you can get the review from privately from some teacher, great teacher. Yeah, not like normal teacher, but it's not easy because time has a limit. Yeah. So okay, this part is like it depends on you how you are doing those two parts. But I think if you are watching this video, I'm sure that already you are at least you are doing this one. Maybe hard, I may have to. Yeah, it depends on people, but at least if you have attention to watch this video, maybe you are doing this job. Oh, sorry. What did I press? Okay. So, third part is like the mainly we don't know what to do, and then yeah, this is actually very important. Why is it important is like what do you think about it? Somebody is studying for whole day, 7 days a week. Do you think they are using the program to study about the reading training? No, we only do the paperwork. Is we are living in the AI generation. We can get support about like the blue spot in the opening or middle game. We can check. But actually, training of the reading training is a bit different because normally if you are using the program, when you are guessing somewhere, computer will answer for you, and then you can know that it's working or not, and then you can have a chance to retry in 5 seconds, and then you can just check again. Maybe like I can say that you're maybe better than you are not doing anything. It will still help you compared to better compared to you are not doing anything. But the point is, compared to right training method, actually it has a huge gap. Huge gap. Yeah, it's really different. So life and death we are using all the time. Where are we using? In the middle game. Middle game we have this kind of part, especially here. Especially in the middle game is like touching fighting, right? That there we need to have a logic too. Yeah, but logic is like we are not learning from training. We have to really get the lecture or we have to study. Yeah, but it's like at least if you want to get the better knowledge when you are learning from teacher, great teacher. Actually, if you do not have a reading training, you cannot get it. Even the teacher is saying right word. Teacher is saying the right sentence, but you cannot catch up because we can't follow what he's talking about. So that time we need to have a life and death skill. And capturing skills. Capturing skills are a very simple one that I'm talking about. Like using the ladder or net or snapback, like that kind of or connect and die. Yeah, that kind of a very basic capturing skills. We need it, right? Capturing race is also important. All the time after you cut, then there will be capturing race. Usually somebody is in liberty, or somebody is faster for only one liberty. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, capturing race skill. Tesuji. Tesuji is of course necessary too. And end game. End game, I think many people may not know. Actually, if you really want to be good at end game, everything is reading. I want to know where is the biggest. You have to read first. You have to read and check. Make the variation when black plays first, and between white plays first, and around how much gap is there. Okay, this is big. I can go there. Maybe this is only 5 point. I can go to other place. So, and the game is like, especially also we are using the reading skill. So, yeah, reading training is necessary. Actually, this is important part. Yeah, because I think maybe you guys are doing this kind of part. I think maybe you are doing. Yeah, but it's very hard to do this part. And usually, most of the time when I have a like private lesson. Okay, this is important. Yeah, I'm doing with my application or with my mobile phone. Then I can't say that like powerfully, oh, that's not right. I cannot really tell them in front of them because it's like I still have to respect them because they have their own idea. They should use the, they have their own idea, so they get to do that. But really, we get to have a bad habit. It's like getting stronger means we are making good habit by myself. When I try to get somewhere, then I need to try to figure out by myself where is my opponent the best move. And also I have to try to figure out where is my best move. There will be a lot of variation. Maybe somebody will complain to me that how can I read all the variation? If you do it a lot properly, then some rubbish variation is disappearing in your brain. Yeah, it's really fact. But that is like we need to have a right training. And the next part is important, study. We have to study. So it's like study equals to, I can say that also like a lecture, because now when we are studying, or when we actually, it's relative about the game review. Just as this is like the my game, so it's touching me. Oh, I understand. Okay, yeah, but like when we are checking some situation at that time, we will be very, very curious. Why? Then how should I do that? Then understanding about that part is like knowledge part. Yeah. So in order to do about fighting, especially touching fighting and jumping fighting, that time still we need to have a knowledge. Yeah, of course we need to have a knowledge and theory. That's that part that we are getting information and we try to figure out. Oh, okay, I understand. Ah, okay. We need to have that part too. Yeah. But what did I say? If you want to be good at that part, then we need to have enough power, reading training as well. So I can say that this is like maybe you may not have a chance to do it that much. Yeah. Of course, maybe it's like there are a lot of lectures. I'm doing lecture for my membership member. Yeah, also I always appreciate it to my membership member. It never get down and they are enjoying to watch my live lecture. Like 20 to, yeah, a bit more than 20 minutes. So that is like kind of the light lecture. Yeah. And so why I explain about this one. If you can do about this part, studying properly, opening, middle game, and the game. Then how about this part? Yeah. Then even if you are trying by yourself, if you can solve this problem, I mean if you can handle about this part by yourself, I can say that you are improving. I'm sure that 100%. But many people, then if you don't know how to do it, maybe that's why at that time we need to have a teacher, because AI has a limit. People think about the AI can solve all the problem, but it's not. Actually, AI can help about like I can say that actually AI makes us to upgrade our Baduk part is actually opening. That's why the opening is like most of the time is not we are finding the solution. Usually it's like our decision. Yeah. And about the potential part, then we totally open our eyes. That our understanding is really different. Yeah. But about like fighting part is different. Yeah, reading part, AI can't help you. AI cannot help you. Yeah, I'm sure that. So, okay, that's why I just talked to you guys until now. If you still have attention, then you can just continue. Yeah, that's why finally I just make the course for the high level player. Yeah, before it's like I didn't set up the course before, although I have a lot of experience to teach. I can confidently say that maybe much more than most of the teacher in the world. Yes, so I'm really confident about that. And but I didn't set up the course because I was not sure how I can make them to upgrade their middle game and end game. Because if I have a private lesson, usually, okay, here is the main part. So you have to study. You need to focus about this part. It makes you stronger. Then usually when I said, okay, then what about this direction in Joseki? Do I have to still remember? No, you don't have to care about that. If you don't know Joseki, you don't try to memorize. That's not the point. And then it's like between what student want to get it and what I want to say, actually it has a gap. It's not like the one time. It's like most of the time. Yeah. Because it's like It's very common actually. So at that time, if I am successfully give them this progress for long term, usually I have a chance to make them upgrade their level. But if I fail, I couldn't give that this habit, then I fail also. I can't make them upgrade. Maybe still they may upgrade because they have to get this information from me, but usually they can't get even if I say the right things because it's not understandable. Cannot follow up what I'm talking about. Maybe somebody will it will touch somebody, but maybe somebody will say question mark. What the hell are you talking about, doctor? I really totally don't get it what you're talking about. Yeah, I totally understand. Anyway, this is yeah, what happened. Yeah, usually when I have a private lesson. That's why. Yeah, I make the course finally. This is what I want to say. So if you still have attention, then you can continue to watch. So I set up the course name is called the One Game Master. Just like in that course, you can learn all of this. Opening, middle game, end game. All the part. So what is the target? I play on the folks 5 dan to 8 dan. And I explain all the logic that time. And the method and psychology and reading skill, what you need, and then you can get it. But you know, we are enjoying as a hobby, right? But we still want to improve. That is the point. We want to improve, but what I don't know what to do. I tried everything, but my level is not growing up. I really wonder. If you are thirsty about this part, then you can continue to watch this video. So, when you are watching this lecture, then logically, of course, you can improve a lot. Yeah, you can really totally get it. Ooh, it's much deeper. Yeah, I appreciate my membership member. Yeah, but that is like I also put my effort to make the video of my membership members video. It was like I think maybe much more than 200 videos are there. So that is also like I'm adding the explanation with using the two board. One is like the actual game board. One is for the explanation board. But it's like kind of the light lecture. Yeah, you can learn it lightly. But this time I made One Game Master deep learning. It's not like AI deep learning. Someone who wants to study very deep learning, then you can consider to join this course. And second part is exercise part. Exercise part. Normally, people are not really familiar to do this job. So I was thinking how much I have to give. But you know, we are busy. Yeah, because we are doing it as a hobby. So I just try to set up 3 hours a week. 3 hours a week. Yeah. I mean, other than your playing time. You can enjoy to play. But of course, I will tell you how to play as well. Just now I told you that I really recommend you to play on the Fox. Actually, it has a reason. Because the Fox average is quite stable. It's not like suddenly going up to 7 dan and drop down to 4 dan. Yeah, it's like we can go up one by one. But somebody may not like to play here because maybe there are many, but I think even other websites is also the same. There are some AI or the game is too fast. I can't think about it properly. That's why I found, I think right now, until now, the best method is like playing on the Fox with 20 minutes, 60 seconds. Then really you can play enough time. Yeah, even you spend 20 minutes and then you can play one move in 60 seconds. I think is really enough time as a hobby. Yeah, that is making you to do this habit properly. And one thing I told you that try to avoid the AI. Okay, yeah. And if you are doing that job, the exercise part, paperwork. Yeah, this is like yeah, I think you have to spend like the 1 hour at least a week. Yeah, that's good enough. I don't force too much. Of course, you know, it's very common if we are studying about 10 hours a week, then of course we can be more stronger. But you know, already there are the many weeks course. That's why if you want to improve faster, of course you can do it faster. That's it depends on you. Yeah. And then reading lecture. Actually, reading lecture is like checking the solution for the exercise paper. Yeah. Doing 1 hour is your job. After that, you have to check with me what was the solution. Maybe about like 40 minutes to 1 hour we are checking together in the lecture video. But the point is, why I'm making this one long time, people are thinking that, okay, I found a solution. They think this is important. Actually, that's not the main job. When we are having the reading training, then we have to know which wrong variation we have to go on, and then we have to delete in our brain, and then we have to read it again from the first move. And then if we are just keep repeating, just like you try to read first step, second step, third step, fourth step, and then you can only delete the fourth step in your brain and try to read it again, another fourth step, something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? That can only improve with the reading training. That's why I'm just telling you the checking the, of course you can check the solution. I'm even telling you the method how you have to read. And you don't have to care about too much about whether you are correct or you are wrong. You know, it's not like the school examination. Just you can think like including checking solution plus I try to tell you about the good habit, how to read. Yeah, this is like a 3-hour course. Then in here, so I can say that you can learn those things. These here, everything is in one game. Yeah, every week, per week. So it takes time, of course. Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, so like we need to study 3 hours per week regularly. Yeah, I told you that. If you want to improve faster, of course, you can put more time. Yeah, there are not just only 1 week course. Yeah, regularly the course will be updated. But if you want to improve faster, of course, you can do that. But basically, I need to make the average for many people, how much time they can spend. But I think it's like normally, you know, people prefer to have a like private lesson once a week, right? Like a 1 hour. But to be honest, if I have a private lesson, you know, I think maybe many students will agree that we try to give this part usually. Why? How to? Oh, somebody get it, somebody cannot get it. Because we can't take care of this part. Because in 1 hour we can't solve this problem, you know, it's too short. It's not enough time. Do you know what I'm saying? Because training is actually your part. So somebody do this regularly a lot, then they can get this much more. Even if teacher is saying right thing. Because it's not understandable, then cannot get it actually. Yeah, that's why as a hobby, I think putting 3 hours are necessary every week, regularly. Then your level will upgrade. You might be thirsty, right? If you are until now you are watching this video. It's a very long video, right? I'm just keep talking by myself. Maybe like let's say that you haven't been playing on the Fox. Maybe you may play in some other website, but you want to upgrade, right? I still recommend the Fox, okay? If you don't have a Fox account, please create it, then you can start from 3 dan account. Then you can know the average level. Yeah, it's a really good idea. I think that's the best idea in my experience. Also, there are much more opponents because somebody will say that like other website, but some website there are not enough players. Like if you are going up to higher level, and some people say that there will be too short time. Yeah, I keep repeating to you guys same thing. So maybe like let's say that somebody's stuck at the Fox 5 dan, like going up to 5 dan, dropping down 4 dan, and they cannot go up anymore. I really want to go up. You know, many people are like that. Then you can consider to join this lecture. So, who is suitable to join this course? If you are around the Fox 4 to 8 dan players, then you can consider. And Fox 2 to 3 dan players can also consider to join. Because normally I will make the lecture from the Fox 5 dan. I think even 2 dan, 3 dan players, if you are a challenger, then you may possibly to understand. It's not like too much hard. Yeah, so also you can consider. Maybe 1 dan, it depends on you. If you are confident, then if you can catch up 5 dan, because I try to explain easy way anyway. Yeah, so you can get all the logic. Logically, you can understand. So, Maybe you may have a question. How long does it take to improve one level? That's a very good question. It depends on your level. Maybe like if you are like low level, folks 2 to 3, 2 dan, 3 dan, 4 dan, of course you may have a like chance to improve faster. But it's like if you are already folks 7 dan or 8 dan, then it will be of course much slower. Yeah, you know, it's like higher level is slower. That's of course. Yeah. So for example, folks 4 dan players who never been to 5 dan in whole life and always like 3 dan, 4 dan, 3 dan, 4 dan. It's not stable, never touch 5 dan. Maybe try to touch the 5 dan, but it's like never stayed there. Then I recommend you to try like at least 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. Making good habit. Yeah. You know, making good habit sometimes it'll be boring because we totally have to fix our habit. But I'm not making you to burn your brain. Only 3 hours. Yeah, maybe you may complain I'm giving too easy mission, but making good habit can make you to have a harder mission as well. So, of course, someone goes up in a month. Yeah, really. Yeah, it is my experience. That someone go up suddenly one level, just suddenly jump up because even they get the logic, then they can just jump up. Some people is like that. And some people has a good reading, but just they don't know how to use it, and then they jump up much faster. Also, it was my experience. Yeah, it was like they had a good life and the skill, but just they don't know how to use it in the actual game. Then I just teach them, yeah, how to use it, and they jump up faster. So in a month, and there are different cases, of course, different. Yeah, and if you are like higher level, like Fox 7 dan, then it may take much longer. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't lie wrong about that, right? Even if the kids are studying in the dojang, like Baduk school, 7 days a week, usually they go up from 6 dan to 7 dan. It takes for a long time actually. But anyway, they are young. They need to have some like older knowledge. But you know what they are doing as a kids? Usually they focus about yeah. Maybe other than what you guys are doing is I can say I can confidently say about those two parts. Number 3, number 4. Those are most different. Yeah. So this is how we are improving. Method is simple, right? So if you can solve the if you can handle this part by yourself, actually just you can try. Yeah, but it's like I really don't know. I really don't know how to do it. I have totally no idea. I just need to have some progress that I can follow. I just join there. I just somebody order me. I can just do it. I catch up and then go up my level in 6 months. It can be 6 months or it can be 3 months. It can be 1 month. Just I recommend you to do it regularly. Then it will be totally different in the future. Like 1 year later, 2 years later, it will be different. If you still like to play this game, you know, yeah. So if you don't know the way, then you can consider. Alright, so today we were talking about how to improve your Baduk skills. Yeah, method is very simple. This is everything. So I will just leave the comment there, how to connect to my the new course there. So it's named One Game Master Deep Learning. Thank you so much, everybody. You can take a look there. Then see you guys next time. Bye.